part of an organisation that generally looks at corruption overall.
Okay.
We know that there's a lot of corruption out there with the DWP,
Yeah.
and you know, the ESA benefits, especially where people have gone for ESA benefits and they've had medicals and they've been given information from some doctors who are not qualified in the field to give information or qualified to diagnose or give a prognosis of somebody's condition. Yet these people, these very same doctors, have stopped people getting ESA benefits and created no end of heartache with people based on their own findings. And you know, it's a fact that they've come from Africa, or they've come from Jamaica, or they've come from somewhere obviously that doesn't hold our qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
They come into this country and then try to preach the preach, and you know, it just doesn't happen.
No.
You know, because the people here know that they've got conditions. There's a lot of educated people out there now that use the internet and realise that these doctors aren't qualified.
Yeah.
So anybody who, again, has gone through the DWP with ESA benefit and incapacity benefit, or any type of benefit that's needed a medical and advice from doctors, you can be assured, and I'm not wrong in saying this, there's probably around about 30-50% of doctors who aren't qualified in the first place. But back to what we was just saying, myself and John have got a new umbrella over DWP corruption that's actually dealing now with corruption as a whole. We've got so busy and had that much interest, you know, with the corruption with the DWP and people coming to us, giving us the stories and case histories. What we tended to do is put it together as a whole, and we take a little bits out here and there, and building the Why Not site, .com.co.uk, and also building the DWP corruption site.
Fantastic.
I should have written that down because I've probably got it wrong.
No, it's alright.
But we'll
we
clarify.
can put that after anyway. What I want to, as we're going back to what we're filming there, we're mentioning about, I just showed you from the paper there, I won't mention the paper, but looking at foreign GPs working in this country unqualified and attaching that to the benefits.
You know, it's like I've just said. I can only reiterate, anybody who's suffered consequence of a poor diagnosis, prognosis, and haven't got benefits, these people really do need to go and check out if the doctors are qualified in the first place, because it's going to be a lot of work for the DWP again and Job Centre Plus to understand that these people under the Human Rights Act are entitled to a fair hearing. They're not getting a fair hearing if they're having somebody provide a medical report who's not qualified. That's like taking your car to a mechanic who's qualified to do clutches, but he can't do gearboxes.
Well, this is it, but see, I mean, this is where the line we're treading here at the moment, and you know where it's going to go, because there's people who are going to be watching and listening already, and they're saying, well, this is starting to sound a bit racist.
Yeah.
You know, and this is where I feel you've got one arm behind your back, because it's not a case of being racist in any way, shape or form. It's a case of standing up for your basic rights and what you're entitled to as well. These people that are, you know, and I'll go down that route, I'm not scared to say it, that are coming into the country, I mean, we're getting diagnosed by people that can't even speak the language.
This is correct, but the only people who won't see it as being racist is probably the government themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's this situation now that they're looking at to create civil war.
Mm.
We all know that that's what the government wants.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the Poles coming in, working for an absolute pittance in comparison to what white people and the UK people expect to earn, you know, per hour. You've got the Bosnians that clean cars, clean windows, etc., etc., to make a few quid on the side. These standards are probably good for them for what they would get in their own countries, but it doesn't alter the fact we are living in the UK, not Bosnia, not Poland, the UK. And I don't know how long it's going to be before David Cameron, as thick as he is, and Gordon Brown, to understand we're interested in the UK, nobody else, the UK only. But what they're trying to do is cater for other people so they look good on the inside. Oh, we've done this for Poland, oh, we've done this for, you know, other countries, we've done this for people that are down and out, but where's it getting our own people? We're in the midst of one hell of a recession, according to the government. We know it's man-made.
Yeah.
We know that people are losing their jobs, and I mean, you know, we watched the television yesterday about the cuts. Mr. Clegg, oh God, I'd pull my hair out if I'd got some. You know, another idiot who's got no experience of running the country,
Yeah.
and you can see by what he's doing, the country's going to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know, it's well on the way. You've got David Cameron trying to keep his job and scratching his back. You know, the man's a complete idiot, as I say. But what we have to look at is the way we're shaping up by not looking after our own trades, our own people, our own families. You know, we're going to go to the dogs.
It's happening. I mean, you're saying, to me, the country's been the same. We're headed for bankruptcy. The world's running in a bankruptcy at the moment. Everybody's supposedly bailing each other out.
Rich and poor.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the rich, you've got the poor. The poor will become slaves without the shackles. The New World Order.
Yeah.
Presented on a plate.
Yeah, it's so in your face at the moment. I can't believe that people don't actually see it when it's put to. I can't understand they don't see what's in front of them. The people that are actually voting in the last election, they're all the same people we're voting for. They're all in it together.
See, what we have to understand is there's a bigger picture here. You know, it's all right looking at the sun, but around the sun you've got bits of trees that are hanging over, you've got clouds in the background, you've got birds. There's more than the sun, and this is what people are missing. Because when you look at the full picture and you look at the New World Order, you look at the way the NHS has gone with the topic and the subject that we've already had, what's going to happen? People are going to start to have poor health.
Yeah.
People are going to start to die earlier. In the 1940s and 1950s, males were lucky if they was going to live to 50 years of age. In this day and age, it's 70, 70. You know, but the way this health authority is shaping up and the way they're treating the public, how they're misdiagnosing, how they're not doing the correct research into illnesses that they should, it's a clear picture. People are going to start to die young.
You see, I was listening to stories from my old mum there. She's telling me that years ago her grandma used to put money on top of the mantelpiece there, and that was for, as we say, a rainy day, but for when people are sick. And that's when the money was for when you're sick. She said it was surprising how many people didn't get sick.
Yeah.
Okay, because the so-called the service that we've got now, the NHS isn't there. So it's a case of going back to nature. I mean, by going through your GP, etc., all we're doing is, like you say, going back to the swine flu, is we're getting poisoned anyway.
That's right.
We can't win in this. For me, I can't see how we can win with this. Either way we go to the government, we're being poisoned through the health services. Either way, we're getting misdiagnosed. We can't win until people start waking up.
I have to question and be totally honest with you as to whether the situation has gone too far. And the only people who know that are the people who haven't done anything about it.
Sorry, you think you can't go back to that now? You think it's beyond repair?
Well, I can't say that it's beyond repair, because for me to say that, I would have to play God.
Right.
You know, I believe that as from today, if people start to key up and become wise as to what is going on around them, they'll start to understand, and they can backtrack and realise that where they've got over the last 10 years hasn't really got them anywhere. You know, the key factor here is that the government are looking to put us into debt. I consider it's coming up to closing time. We're in the last minute. Back in a short while.
Okay, guys.